Welcome to Letters to Louie with Abby Algiers. Welcome back, Abby.
Thanks, Sally.
We have a really kind of an exciting reading that your father wrote to his friend Louie Fry, and today it's very cold out, and that's what this letter is pertaining to when he wrote Louie. So I'll have you go ahead and read that, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
Dear Louie, just a note to awaken your spirit and my spirit this day. I'm shooting blanks today without a good idea. This status is becoming all too familiar. Get up, eat a bagel, grapefruit, and coffee, and then spend 20 minutes on the treadmill, sit down, and try to think. Think. It becomes more difficult, but we must keep trying, and we must keep stimulating the squash. Yesterday, I went to the medical school and had a session with 2 live patients and 4 ultra-live young students. Louie, what a wonderful time to be alive, to be 23 years of age, to have the ability to assimilate, learn new facts each day, digest, and most importantly, retain what one learns. Where has that capability gone? Now, one struggles with attention, assimilation, and hearing. We struggle with retention. Facts are lost. Digestion of materials falls far short of mental assimilation and storage. But unless we organize a few thoughts each day, that day is a loss, not only for the 24 hours, but for the future of our ability to function. We need to exercise our brains, not intermittently as we do to our body, but constantly during the day. It gobbles up glucose from more than adequate cerebral flow via the profound carotid artery directional flow. Almost 1/3 of the cardiac output flows to the brain. All that is asked is for us old geezers to participate to our fullest. But damn it, Louie, participation gets harder, and society helps little. It seems that as one ages, one desires peace and equanimity and desires less societal distress and aggravation. Years ago, the old men peacefully smoked pipes with an air of peace, contentment, and ultimately bad breath. But they seemed quite content. Now, the aggravation of the 36-inch HD machine in the den prevents a relaxation of over a half hour before the agitation of Dr. Oz and his nutcases take over. Or the aggravation of the Packer loss to the Giants. Or the bad timing of the departure of my brand, the Saab. Or, as you wrote, the Republicans of Minnesota fix on a path of destruction. And now I must take a break and go to coffee. I return after a visit to Milwaukee. I visited my daughter, her son, and a foreign exchange student, age 14, from Austria. He speaks English, and when I quizzed him, he stated that the 3 topics of profound interest in his primary school were mathematics and science, German, and English. He speaks well, sits comfortably in my grandson Paul's class, and participates in discussions. All of this after only 1 week here in Wisconsin. It took me longer than a week to become acclimated to the Navy at the age of 18. I did know English, and after 1 week understood Navy slang and the mother words. While at the medical school yesterday, I was introduced to the new plan for future building and expansion of the school. With ease of expression and fluency of presentation, the planned $23 million was explained to me without pause for comprehension of just what $23 million meant or where it was to be obtained. Just a casual statement, that's the way it will be. It sounds like the Obama plan to make the country whole again. I did establish a writing correspondence with Charlie, and I look forward to gaining some insights into his adult life and memories thereof. In grade school at St. Killian's and in high school, he was so accomplished in music and literature that he was an embarrassment to the rest of us. It may sound strange, Louie, but I had great admiration for so many of our classmates, especially those who were talented in music, even though Bob M. had a good voice. But what has been of interest to me is the course of their lives and the variety of disease entities that plagued them throughout their lives, and in most cases, eventually took them. Who would have thought that one of our closest friends would develop malignant Parkinson's disease? Some diseases were predictable. The family with Huntington chorea, those who developed carcinoma of the larynx, and others with carcinoma of the lung. And our friend who succumbed to a Chinese bullet, and the classmate with polycythemia and eventual acute leukemia. And what of all this, Louie? The only solution is to keep going and stay warm. Thank you for your ear, Louie, as I do what I can to keep these neurons moving. Stay warm and keep the faith. Jim.
What a life lesson.
I know, seriously.
I mean, he was writing that at what age?
I think he was about 86.
And still going to the medical college.
Yes.
And still being involved.
Yes.
I don't know how you cannot inspire anyone else during their aging process. Yes, the diseases that, some of them you could have prevented, but other ones, whether they were hereditary or not, but just keeping on.
Right. And I think that's the message. It might be cold outside. It might be about the need to exercise and the need to just keep working your brain.
Yep. And getting out and socializing. And when the brain starts to fail the body and you are going somewhere and trying to remember how to get there, there are many tools that you can still utilize to get yourself out there. And
help that you can get to stop that progression or just help in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This was a great selection.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And thank you to our viewers.